I ka pono o Hawaii.
E mau ke o ka aina. I ka pono Hawaii. E ola mau kākou.
All right, go ahead and finish your responses. Just gotta show you this one part right here. You guys know. You guys know Paula Fuga. Yeah, you guys know who she is, right? I'll be your parachute. You know that song. That's a good one. I love that song. I'll be your guys' parachute, by the way. Okay. So there she is as a little kid. No more even shirt. You see that? Okay. So this was taken during the time when people were being evicted off of the, I think it was like North Shore Haleiwa side. They were being evicted because they were basically just living off the land because they're houseless, right? And there's Paula Fuga right here. No more shirt, crying. Why are you kicking us off our land? We don't have a home. There is a video of her yelling at the policeman at this age. I don't know how old she is. Maybe 6. I don't know. And then recently, right? You guys all saw that video, yeah, when she was performing for the food basket. Do you guys see that? No, you guys got to look it up, okay? Those talk show radio hosts on, I forget which, can anybody find it real quick and put it in the chat so that everybody has it? But anyway, these guys were like joking around with her. They're kind of like jokesters, but they went way too, am I recording this? Way too flipping far. Okay. I mean, they went overboard, was trying to make a joke out of people being hungry. Oh, so you really dug food out of the you really dug food out of the garbage. Oh, how was it? And just like went way too far, like was so heartbreaking. And she just ate it. And then there was like this outpour of like those guys need to be canceled basically. And they were. It's kind of was brutal. Okay, but that's her right there. So anyway, the response again is right here. Okay, this is your poetic response number 3. Before you hit post, we're gonna do something with it. So just hang on. The guys that did that got fired. Yeah, they aren't. You're right, Terry. Okay. So anyway, so what I did was I gave you guys an example, right? Ikaika na leo o kawa kahiko. The call of the ones that came before us reverberates, overseeing us wander through our lives, searching for the connection to the aina. When the aina is for sale for the bargain price to Malahini. How do we become kia'i of the timeline when Olelo Hawaii is an elective course in Nakula? How do we become kia'i of the mo'olelo, of the past, of the present, of the future? Ku ha'aheo, lost nevermore. Ho'okahi leo, imua e na keiki, e na opio, o keia kawa e oniai. Okay, so that's the extent of my Hawaiian right there. I'm trying Okay. Aloha can't please tell your mom I'm trying. Okay. I even had to double check, and like my literal understanding of Hawaiian does not translate correctly to what is trying to be said in Hawaiian. So every time I gotta like double check with proficient speakers, because if not, it just comes out like at the end I wanted to say hand in hand, and of course you guys know how to say hand in hand in Hawaiian, but literally it means something. It's like stupid talk, right? It doesn't translate properly. So I don't know how you guys gonna get yourself to that level of proficiency in Hawaiian, but I encourage you guys to try and reach out, okay, and really get good at speaking Hawaiian. Yes, you guys. Okay. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do, okay, so we are period 2. I noticed that some of you guys were very funny and did this for some reason, and I don't know, like, okay, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the chat if you guys don't know where this is. Okay, let me get that chat. Okay, and then on the bottom below, before you post your response poem, what I'm gonna have you guys do is take whatever you typed, okay? So like that, you take whatever you typed and then just go ahead and copy and paste it down there so that we have and then so if somebody pastes, go ahead and hit the enter button, okay? You can even write your name first before you post it here. But let's try to make one giant collective poem and see what we come up with. Okay. Anonymous Dingo has posted. Does the poem have to be? No, Alexis. Alexis. Oh my gosh. I'm a big fan of Schitt's Creek and your name is Alexis. Anybody watch that? No? I got here late. Yes, you did. Okay. So whatever you have, Alexis. Okay. I don't. Elise, can you restate what you're saying? I don't understand. Oh, you don't like yours. It doesn't matter. Okay, very good. Oh, look at us. Look at us. Okay, very good. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, who wrote this part? Beautiful sights of Hawaii, building roads and modern advancements, traditional instruments. Who wrote this one?
Me.
Oh, you. Oh, very good, Alohi Kea. Can you talk about why you wrote what you wrote?
I was just like watching it and I was noticing, at first I noticed that like there was like a guitar and then they had like the drum, and I was thinking about like traditional and modern stuff, and they're also singing about it, so I just wrote it.
Nice. Anybody can connect to what Alohi Kea just said? Miss Kipapa, what do you think? What did you write about?
Like, you want me to read it or just talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
So like in the beginning, it was all about the LDE. So I said how we're like avoiding their eyes, and because we're disappointing ourselves, and they're disappointed in us. But we're not gonna look them in the eye because like we don't want to face what we've done and what we've let happen.
Right.
And then but now we are working to change it and like, doing stuff to protect them and like, to gain back what we lost. So we're realizing what has happened and we're like trying to change it.
You guys have your notebooks. Yeah. I want you guys to write these 2 words down. Okay. Whoa. I wasn't ready to talk about this. Okay, so what Makaya just talked about is this thing called truth and reconciliation, right? Reckoning, how to make it right. Okay, so throughout the next month, right? As you guys know, we are going to we're preparing ourselves to write this poem. It's gonna take us a while because you gotta perform it. Okay, so I want you guys to start, like, I want you guys to just title these notes, I don't know, a repository of truths or something like that. A repository of truths. Just like that. And the first word, first term will be truth and reconciliation. Okay. I'm disappearing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So a repository is a place where you hold things, right? Like a book repository. That's where you go and return all the books, right? That's overdue. Okay. So that would be your first couple words, is truth and reconciliation. Okay. I want you to use this page right here to write down and jot down as many things that come to mind that you're like, you know what, I can totally use that in my my final slam poem. Okay, remember that we are presenting a slam poem. Mrs. Kano and Miss Suganuma's classes, possibly the entire 10th grade, they're going to be participating in this. Okay, and we're going to all vote for who had the best, like maybe top 2 poems or something, top 3, depending on how many. Okay, and so I'm hoping that you can start to build this bank of, you know what, this stuff is really important. I need to use these words in my poem. Okay, so what my job is for you guys is to allow you guys to explore, to jot down, to allow you guys room. Okay, in fact, for me to get out of the way so that you can free yourselves and write something that's worth everything to you. Okay, everybody understand what we're doing? Okay, I just spoke to Mr. Hines. In fact, I'm going to meet with him tomorrow, and then I just got an email from Dr. Yokum about what you guys are doing in your history classes. Okay, so we're following along on the same kind of path for 4th quarter. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you guys to use your notes that you're learning from American history class, right? US history, right? And then the Hawaiian Renaissance, and let's see what we can come up with that's really important to you. Okay, everybody good on that? Okay, and that's going to be one of your like final grades of this class. Look at this, look at us. Okay, very good. So go ahead, you should post it also in here so that we can kind of do a little group chat after, okay, about what you guys wrote. Okay, so you guys go ahead and post that. Wonderful. Do we need to submit our poems on Canvas? Which one? This one that we just wrote, Sophia? Yeah, you just post it here. It's fine. Lovely. We had a lot to say. Very good. Okay. Yeah, alohi kea, going back to what you noticed, or what was like, what triggered you or whatever, was you noticed that there were traditional and contemporary, like a mixture of them, right? And how they were both used, and that is incredible. So before you guys before we had class, I was kind of studying up on like cultural identity, and there are 6 stages to culture identity. And the first stage is totally rejecting your own culture because you believe in stereotypes. You guys know about these stages? I don't know if you guys do. It's very interesting. If you guys take psychology next year or senior year, it's a pretty cool class. But the sixth stage, so you go through all these steps, whatever. The sixth stage is that you are totally comfortable in your own bones, and you can go out there in the world and just kick major butt because you know where you came from and you know who you are. Okay, so some of you guys are somewhere in between that. I mean, all of you guys are, right? And I'm going to tell you guys right now, that is totally fine, right? That is totally fine. I don't know. I'm still at stage, I don't know what right now. Okay, but we're just going to embrace whatever this is. Okay. Before we move on, Journey, I see, I'm looking at your post. Can you talk about yours a little bit?
So like what I mostly took from that was like the parts where like what are kings and queens and how they feel about the land. And so like when I thought about that was like would they like feel impressed with it or disappointed in a way? Like on how the way is evolving in a way. But then at the same time they're also disrespecting the land. So like it's either in the middle or like either decision. You know? Yeah.
Right. And what is now the next generation's role with that, right?
Yeah.
Are we at the truth and reconciliation, or do we still have to fight for that? Right. It depends. I don't know. Before I move on, I keep forgetting, but I guess now's the time to remind you guys or to call it out. We've worked really hard on this, the English teachers. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen just for a bit so you guys can kind of see me, okay? And that is that next year, the English department has worked incredibly hard. What we noticed was that there was no Hawaiian Pacific literature course available for our students. Okay, what if you went and you told somebody out there in the public that there was no Hawaiian Pacific literature course available at Kamehameha schools? What would you think? Odd. Okay, what else? In the chat, you can just go in the chat. If you're gonna say, yeah, we don't have that available. We don't have a Hawaiian and Pacific literature course. Yes, Jaden. Was that your hand being raised, Bettis? Or no? Why not? Yeah, Kaolapa. Like why, right? Should we? Should we have a course? A Hawaiian and Pacific literature course? Pretty much, right? So we're like, where do we put this course, right? Because our school is shifting, right? Let's go back to the idea of truth and reconciliation. So now you guys will be the first class to be able to take the Hawaiian and Pacific literature course. You can choose between Hawaiian Pacific literature or World Lit. Okay, so during your sign up for registration, okay, for next year. So I'm letting you guys know that there is a new course that's going to be offered. Okay, Kumu Sage is going to be teaching that course. She has worked with a lot of the big literary figures in Hawaii and in the Pacific. So if you can take that course, if you want to, you may. Okay, but that course is going to be available. You guys will be the very first class. What if we have already registered? Then I guess that's your path, Sophia. I don't know, a couple of years maybe down the road, we're gonna try and make it like, I don't know, we'll have to see. I'd like to see it like offered for both either seniors or juniors, but at this point it's only offered for juniors. Okay, so what we found was that there's a gap in kind of like your cultural journey with 11th grade. Do we need to be like a certain Hawaiian? You guys ask such good questions. Actually, you do, and that would be Hawaiian 1. Is everybody fulfilled in the Hawaiian 1 requirements? Yeah, so go ahead. Okay. Kumu Sage is also a published poet and writer. The reason why I'm selling this course is that I totally believe in it. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. You guys did an amazing job with this. I was kind of wondering how this would turn out with our collective class poem. So I'm going to move on to our next thing that we are going to do. Okay. So we are going to be doing a jigsaw. Okay. You guys know what a jigsaw is, yeah? No? Cadence, do you know what a jigsaw is? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys broken up into 4 groups. You guys can go ahead and click on Kekani Ke'au Maoli Hawaii Ho, The Sound of the Hawaiian Renaissance, essay by Larry Lindsay Kimura. Okay, so I'm placing you guys in 4 groups. Okay, and this is like a discussion board. So when you guys break up into your groups, just have one person copy and paste. And then you see right here where it says group. So whatever group you're in. So I'm just gonna appoint someone. So Sierra, where are you? Sierra, you're gonna be group 1, okay? So you do the copy and paste into the dialog box and then you guys can work on this together, okay? Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about 10, 15 minutes to read 5 or 6 pages, okay? And then you're gonna come up with 5 talking points, can? Okay, group 2, where's Autumn? Autumn, where is she? Hi. Oh, you're at school, that's why. Autumn, you are going to copy and paste this and then write everybody's name for group 2. Group 3, Miss Alexis, you are going to be copying and pasting in the dialog box. And then room 4, Dylan, you're up, buddy. Okay, you're copying and pasting and then taking everybody's names down. Don't forget to add the group. So you just copy and paste below. You see where it says group names, 5 talking points, you're gonna copy and paste that. Okay, you guys good? About 15 minutes. Ready, go.
Wait, I'm like confused. What
Why?
do I have to copy and paste?
Okay, are you in Kekani, Ke'au Maoli Hawaii Ho? I'm gonna share my screen.
Group 3.
This one. Okay, and then below you're gonna copy this and then you're gonna paste it down here so that when you guys read, you can type for them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then you're reading, what section are you reading?
21.
Yeah, you're group 3, so you're 21 through 25. Okay. All righty, Alexis. So how's it going? Everybody's just reading and then finding. Okay, you guys are the first group, so you guys gonna have plenty things to like write about. Okay. Sarah, you know what to do about copying and pasting. Are you writing everybody's names? Okay.
You guys, as it start at like the PDF number, page 16.
Yes. I was going to change it to like page 1 through blah, 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 but then there's pages on the actual page.
Yeah, do we use the pages on the actual page or the pages of the PDF?
Pages on the actual page.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're right. I had to double check like 3 times. Okay. Look at this group of brains. Oh my goodness. And then Autumn, did you copy and paste the group number and then the names in your group already? Okay, thank you. And then when you guys are done, make sure you capture the 5 talking points. It was either this or you guys read the whole article, the whole essay yourself. So I figured this is better. Yeah, Sophia. You're welcome, Sunshine. You are welcome. Yes, Kalai, you are welcome. Gosh, I can feel the mana in this room. Holy smokes. You guys doing okay? Alexis, did you get to copy and paste? Did you write down which number, group number you're on?
Yeah, I wrote this stuff down.
You typed it in there and then their names.
So the talking points, like we just have to read,
Yeah.
through our assigned pages and then.
Yeah, and then everybody will give a talking point or whatever, and then you just type it in there. Just what is important about your section, yeah. It was either that, Alexis, or I was going to give you this whole article, and I was like, well, maybe it's okay, because this article is like 21 pages long.
Oof.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Then you won't have to pray for yourself. You'll be fine.
We're just waiting for everyone to finish reading.
Oh, I thought you were going to get a snack or something.
No, I'm just pacing, walking around.
Is that toilet paper up there?
Yeah, my
Paper
room is
towels.
also used as storage.
Awesome. Awesome. If Costco ever runs out, I'm going to your house.
That's
Okay.
only like one Costco thing too.
One of my biggest pet peeves is going to the bathroom and the roll is empty.
You get mad.
Furious, infuriated. You know how long 5 feet is when you need toilet paper? We should write a poem about that. Okay. Everybody done?
When toilet paper ran out, my sister had plenty jokes.
Oh yeah, choke jokes. We could all write one about that. That'd be fun, actually. That could be a bonding assignment.
No, I saw there was a comic. It was like when toilet paper runs out, and then like the paper towel is just looking terrified because after the toilet paper runs out.
Was that you last year who said panic is a roll of toilet paper?
No, I did not say that.
I feel like that's your humor. But somebody made that. We were working on figurative language, and obviously that's a simile. And I was like, "What? Panic is like an empty roll of toilet paper?" And I was like, "Holy smokes!"
Okay, are we done reading? Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. So I think we should talk about both. I don't know about the UFO thing. I don't think that's in ours. I think that just connects to the other people's one.
Oh yeah, that was like confused. What?
Yeah.
It's just a song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but why is it talking about a UFO?
What group are you in? What page?
No, we're in the last group. It doesn't connect to ours, I think.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I have so many things up already, and it's only like 10 o'clock. Okay. You're the last.
I think it. I think we only have 2 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why you guys had a lot of pages, because it was like,
Okay. I think we should talk about one of the talking points should be about Kulaivi, I think. Is that what it's called? Yes. Yeah. And then we should also talk about the chants and Hilo when she went to Hilo, I think. Yeah. And Hawaii, that one. I think we should talk about why she wrote it. I mean, why, like what it's about, basically. Is that only 3? What do you guys think? The talking points is just about what we read. Yeah. Like main ideas, I guess.
Yeah, like on page 30. You see how it's like jumping out at you.
And then talk about our Hawaiian identity. We should talk about, because basically that's what the last song is about, right? And she said, we're being reminded with the dawning of each new day that we can consciously decide to live through our own distinct language and culture in today's
time to maintain our Hawaiian identity and Hawaiian well-being.
So who's in charge of jotting down, typing the 5 points? Is that Dylan? Okay, good. When you guys are ready to submit, each and every one of you just type in what group you're in, because if you don't submit something, then you can't see the rest of everybody else's things, right? Everybody else's posts. So individually, then whoever, like, since Dylan is submitting for you guys, the rest of you guys will just type in whatever, group 4. Then you guys will be able to see what everybody else has posted.
Okay.
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 Okay, so number 1, Dylan.
Okay, I just finished reading.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. So in the beginning, the most prominent thing that they were talking about was like how they like it was just about the group forming and how they all had like the common goal to stop the death of the language. And they all wanted to like save it and help revitalize it, but they didn't realize the bigger picture, like how they were going to affect the bigger picture and how they would actually start a renaissance. That's 1 point.
So Sierra's typing, yeah. Yeah. Because Sierra's going to submit for your group, the rest of you guys would just type in your text box. What are you guys, group 1? Yeah. So that after you're done, when you can post, then you'll be able to see what everybody else posted. So just hang on for a bit and then work on this, okay? Okay, 5 talking points, and then we'll share out, and then that's basically our day for today because the rest of the stuff is like asynchronous, okay? Okay, guys, how's it going? You guys done? Okay. So who's typing in the points, talking points? Autumn, yeah. Okay. Did you guys get all your talking points done?
Wait, is a talking point? Do we copy and paste from the DAW? Like the
You
text?
can, but be ready to talk about it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody should be able to share out at least 1 talking point. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah. Oops. When you are done in your own text box, you need to just type in which group you're in so that when you post it, then it'll open up the entire discussion board. Yeah. So make sure you do that as well. Okay. Jaden, how you doing? You good? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. I can't wait to see what you're going to write for your poem because you are historically elevated. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Okay, so how many more minutes do you need?
2
2 minutes?
I don't know.
ask Autumn, what talking point is Autumn on? Did you guys like share out what you guys, are you guys like putting it in the chat and then
Yeah.
sending it to her? Okay. So interesting to see you guys, like, how can we not talk to each other but still communicate? I'm like, we just text each other. Yeah, Sophia. Hi, Joe.
I did 1.7, not the 1.7.
Okay, two minutes or so, okay? Hi. How you guys doing? You guys almost done?
We're done.
Oh, good. So everybody knows which part they're going to share out then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this group might have, who has crystals? Nobody has crystals?
What do you mean crystals? Like
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
I have
I figured you would.
a couple. I have a lapis. Wait, it's like right here. I have a lapis and I'm gonna put it on a necklace later.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, over here. Yeah, we're over here. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What is that crystal for?
I think it's like good for your third eye chakra and it's for like confidence.
Why, you don't have confidence?
No, I do.
Oh.
Because
is it to lower your confidence? Joking.
No. It's like good to raise your vibration too.
I'm very interested in this because I've noticed that some of my students have crystals, including both my little sisters, and I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know. A lot of people have gotten them lately.
Right, even adults. I'm like, I see people posting their crystals and loving up on their crystals. I'm like, okay, whatever works, right? doTERRA oils, I love those. Yeah. Does it help? Where's the one that focuses you, helps you focus? You don't know that one yet.
I don't know.
Your birthday's coming up. Maybe you can ask for that one. What about the one to make you sleep early?
I need that.
Right.
That one I have what is that? Melatonin.
Oh my gosh.
I take melatonin and it just like 20 minutes later, I'm like,
yeah. You know what you could do? You could just run for like 3 miles.
Yeah, that too.
Are you a runner?
But, yeah, I do, but like I have to make sure that I run when I look presentable because now like I have these neighbors.
Oh my gosh, I'm leaving. Okay. All right. I'm going to go over here. My friend has a lot of crystals. Yeah, this crystal thing is really interesting because I used to have what I called a rock collection when I was growing up. And I always like carried around my quartz crystal. And now I'm like, I wonder if that was like a something, right? So, but I don't know where I put that box of crystals because clearly that was like eons ago. And I don't care about your neighbors, Alexis.
I care about my neighbors.
No.
Nobody
looks cute running, okay? Especially if you're running hard.
I know, but that's the thing. I was like,
oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not going to have this 15-year-old conversation. Okay, I think we're good. We're going to stop this madness.
Okay.
Are you guys okay?
Wait, what? Yeah, are we going to present when we go in the group?
Yeah, just real fast. Okay, so closing. Journey, where are you now? Whose room is this?
This is the room of the dining hall, that other room on the side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, lucky. It's like you get your own room, like the big brother or something. Cool. All right, everybody back with us? So you should be able to see now. If you can't see what the rest of the discussion board, then what you need to do is type in your group name in the dialogue, the text box, and then we should be able to see everybody. So let's start with group number 1. Group number 1, go ahead and present your section.
Okay. So everyone at the time had a common goal for preserving the Hawaiian language because it was dying out quickly. And I can do the second one. Hawaiian music was more of a tourist attraction because, it was different than, but natives preferred like popular music like jazz and other genres.
So when they started the band, Sunday Manoa, they accidentally started a Renaissance, and they didn't realize, like at the time, that was their goal to like get people into the Hawaiian language and music, but they didn't realize how big the effect that they would cause.
And it was kind of difficult for them to get Hawaiians to listen to Hawaiian music because of they preferred the other types of music. So what they tried to do was implement certain aspects of the popular music into Hawaiian music.
And because it was more of the younger, like one of the parts, it says that the kupuna are more interested in what in the radio. They were more interested in what the lady was saying because it was more fluent. But for like younger Hawaiians, it's harder for them to understand the lyrics, which was a big obstacle for them.
Right, that was a major concern, right? If we create this Hawaiian music, who's gonna understand it, right? In underneath Sierra's post, okay, you guys can go ahead and find her post and go ahead and ask one question, okay, or make a comment. As you do that, I'm gonna play some music. Can you guys hear that if I play it? Can you hear that? No? How do I do that?
You have to take your earphones out.
Who said that? Oh.
Okay.
Like a pina, akala, ihae, ae, ai, ka mole o, ole ua, e iau, ko ka mae, e mamo, aloha nā, aloha, o Hawaii, ulahi, ai nā, kupuna mai, ao he mea, ana e kuai, I ke me o ku mauiwi, e au, kulaui, ke kule ana.
Alrighty, are we good? Can we move on? Okay, group 2.
Where's group 2?
Okay, who's going first? Autumn?
Okay, well, I always talked about the song, in Hawaii, and in the text it said, although that this song honors the place, the words are not a typical reference to its physical and intangible beauties. Rather, the song honors the Hawaiian story of naming the place.
Wait, it's 12.011, right?
I can go next. Although the nationhood of people living through their language has not been actualized, the journey must begin with the vision that needs to be achieved.
Within a 10-year span, from the fall of 1964, there was 90 enrollments. To the fall of 1974, there was 317 enrollments in Hawaiian language. That's a 353% difference, and it coincides with the popularity of Hawaiian music.
And then He Hawaii, which means I am Hawaiian, was the only song on the album about the reclamation of Hawaiian identity and pride in being Hawaiian.
Wait, so can you add these?
So for number 5, I just realized now that we weren't supposed to read that far for page 21. But since I read it, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. And the song that they're talking about that has to be sung in a solemn, sorrowful way was Kalana Napua, which was sang at a concert. Yep.
All right, group number 3. Okay, so do you want to add anything to that, Alexis?
Yeah, another one was, am I muted? No, I'm not. Another one was Keao Hawaii. Yeah.
Who's next?
So the another point that we talked about was the Hawaiian composers, or like who wrote songs. And the first person was the person who wrote Keao Hawaii, but we couldn't really find it in the reading. I think it was like more ahead. And we also talked about Peter Moon.
Does anybody know who the Peter Moon Band is? Sons of Hawaii. Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau. Okay. If you guys don't know who that is, my suggestion is go to the airport. Just joking. Don't go to the airport. But go to the elevator. I mean, it's just kind of bizarre because these like classical Hawaiian music during this like Hawaiian Renaissance time period, you can hear them in like really touristy spots. But sometimes you can hear like your tutu lady playing it, yeah, or your papa playing it. And those are the jams, okay? And it's mostly like Hawaiian music mixed in with like Hawaiian English language. But I encourage you guys to go and like revitalize that, like how you guys revitalizing those crystals, okay? Okay, all right. Anything else?
I was also gonna say that the same person who wrote Keao Hawaii did a Hawaiian language radio program on KCCN called Kaleo Hawaii.
In our section, they talked about Kani Kapila too. So we said that it like helped them to, they were trying to like connect the culture to new people and make sure that everybody was involved through music.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, are we good with group 3?
No.
Oh,
Judge Abraham recommended that the Queen would allow William Owen Smith, who worked closely in establishing other Hawaiian trust charities, to work with Humphreys on a trust with a charitable mission. This was kind of like crazy because Owen Smith was a part of the overthrow of the kingdom, serving as the Attorney General of the provisional government, but resulting in the decision she made, Queen Iliu Okalani Trust Children's Center was made.
Very good. Okay, last group.
Is it the last group? Is that what you said? Okay. For this one, the first main point was about Peter. And one thing that stood out to me was a handful of people and I have already begun efforts in 1983 to return Hawaiian to the ears and mouths of our babies through the Ahapuana Nana Leo schools. The melody Peter composed gave me the opportunity to express the importance of language, culture, and other people's place. I guess that kind of stood out to me because, like, nowadays, not many people know Hawaiian too, and I guess it's a constant struggle for our language. Yeah.
Number 2 on our talking point is Kuleivi analysis. And basically, this is a song to talk about our Hawaiian lands, and they also related it to the Native American, I think, lands, and how it can relate to Native language survival. And then number 3 on our talking point is UH Hilo and its Hawaiian program. This programs were able to maintain the Hawaiian language, and she wrote many chants for entering into places of learning, basically.
Number 4 is talking about Hawaiian identity. So we can either choose to express our Hawaiianness through our like principles and expression of our culture, or we could just be like the same. Like we could try to be like American, like what after we were colonized and stuff, or we could express our differences and our different cultures.
Very good. Are we done?
Number 5 is on our talking point is we're all Hawaii. Basically talks about the sunrise. It talks about the sunrise and the beauty of what's happening during that time of the day. And I will.
I think I had a tutu moment. I couldn't hear you.
I'll just say it again. So for number 5, Ua Hawaii, it talks about the sunrise and how the beauty of it in the way it is. And he just talks about the beauty of it and the details, like the little details of what's going on.
All right. So if you feel inclined to read at least the beginning part, if you didn't have the beginning of this, this essay is actually really important. So does anybody know who Larry Kimura is? He is basically, alohi kea. He's basically like one of like the godfathers of the Hawaiian language Renaissance. Okay, he is one of the professors at UH Hilo. He comes from Waimea. Obviously, his name is Larry Lindsay Kimura. So he's from the Lindsay family out in Waimea. Okay, grew up out there. Okay, really important, you guys. Okay, so when you guys are thinking about your Hawaiian identity, your journey of finding who you are, right? There's going to be times where we want to
do other things, right? And then there's going to be times where you're like, no, I got to be who I am, right? Trust me. Believe it or not, I went to HPA when I was your age. After my freshman year at Guayaquil, I went to HPA. And yeah, why, Alexis? Because my twin and I were being bullied. This big Tito Moat girl, Guayaquil, on our volleyball team, like bullied us. And so we left. And when I went there, it was kind of weird. Like, you know, we didn't really fit in, obviously, right? I wanted to be blonde. Obviously, I'm not going to be blonde, right? Yeah. I thought it was cool to be, you know, haole. I mean, obviously not now. I'm like an old lady, right? Middle age or something like that. So, you know, wherever you guys are in your guys' journey is just fine. Just know you're on some kind of path. Yeah. So I'm just gonna move you guys forward. Okay, I'm hoping that all of these experiences is gonna help you to generate something that you're gonna be like, holy smokes, I memorized this because it means something to me. So let's go to the next part in our module where we have the voices of wisdom. Everybody see that? Okay, so this is you guys, okay, go ahead and click on the link Voices of Wisdom. Okay, this is where you're going to be selecting somebody to focus on. You're gonna read about somebody from this puke, okay? And so you get to choose somebody. When you go into your period to sign up, right at the top, oh, you already chose Caleb. Okay, I see. I was like, I woke up this morning and I clicked on it and I was like, oh, people already started signing up. So just go ahead and sign up. First come, first serve. So make sure you get who you get, okay? If you see somebody got who you got, then find somebody else. Okay, Sophia, you good? You signing up? Make sure you're doing that, okay? That's gonna be, you do that during cohort B. This Renaissance worksheet here, you're gonna make your own copy. Basically, it's for you to take notes on the various other Renaissance movements that happen. So you're gonna be looking at, I believe it's the Italian Renaissance with like all the famous artists that created all those like statues and paintings and things like that, okay? And then the Harlem Renaissance and now the Hawaiian Renaissance. So you're just gonna plug in times and things like that. This you guys are going to be using for a poem, okay? So everybody see where I'm talking about. Okay, that's for you to help you with like gathering dates and facts. Okay, so with this Voices of Wisdom, you're gonna choose something, choose a person, and then you're going to record no more than 1 minute, because as you guys know, when you guys record and upload, it takes forever, right, to load it. So make sure, okay, all you're gonna do is provide a summary and explanation about how the person contributed to the Hawaiian Renaissance, okay? And then if you guys look, you have to comment on 5, right? 5 other videos with a relevant question or comment. Okay, and this is going to be due before you come back to class. So this is us again building our repository of knowledge on the Hawaiian Renaissance. Raise your hand if you're in Mr. Hines' class. Okay, good. You're going to be covering this in Mr. Hines' class as well. I'm not sure what Dr. Yoakum's going to do about the Hawaiian Renaissance, but for the most part, you guys are going to be talking about, I think, the civil rights movement now and segregation. Okay, so all of what you're learning is you're going to see a parallel between our class and their class, okay, in your U.S. history class. Okay, so that you post to the discussion board. Click on the next button, please. So this is your poetic response number 4. So at this point, you should have 4 responses, 4 poetic responses, right? 2 for like the Harlem Renaissance, and now 2 for the Hawaiian Renaissance. We good? Everybody good on that, yeah? Make sure you should have a collection, right? A collection of poems. I want you to copy and paste that in there, okay? Because you potentially are writing your final poem already, okay? So just know that you guys are almost constructing your poem as we go along throughout this last part of this 3rd quarter and into our 4th quarter. So what we have here is we have just a reminder. This is called social justice, right? Justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privilege within a society. So for you guys, the call to action is, what do you guys see as a social justice topic that you feel most passionate about, right? It's social justice. Now stay with me on that, because what happens is I want you to choose a topic that almost pushes you to the edge of civil disobedience. Okay, so what I did was I gave you guys a quick like 2-minute ed puzzle video for you guys to really understand what civil disobedience is. And that is the refusal to comply with certain laws or pay taxes and fines as a peaceful form of political protest. Okay, so civil disobedience is not burning stuff down or rioting. We know that, yes? Yes, nod, okay? Civil disobedience is peaceful, okay? So everybody clear on that? You cannot just coup-ish something and go burn something down and run people over or whatever, okay? That's not civil disobedience. That's recklessness, okay? So what you're gonna do is this, okay? Scroll down. I need you guys to explore 2. You're gonna choose 1 from the top. So if you guys look, these are talks, like the first one is like an hour long. So if you watch the first 18 minutes of what role does Hawaiian language play in our state, then the first 18 minutes should be good enough, okay? These are just minimum times here. Hawaiian language masters, first 12 minutes is good enough. You're gonna see an overlap, okay? You're gonna see Larry Kimura. You're gonna see actually even modern day scholars that are important to this Hawaiian Renaissance that are carrying over, okay? Puakea Nogomeyer, Dr. Puakea Nogomeyer, one of the most important scholars to help save Hawaiian history. He's going blind. So because he's going blind, he had to create this team to help capture whatever he knows in his brain, because after that, he's losing his sight. It's kind of sad, actually. So choose 1 link from the top, and then down below, I want you to choose 1 song to listen to and the lyrics. Okay, everybody clear? 1 and 1. Elise, 1 and 1, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna write your 4th response poem, okay? Go ahead, use some of the phrases, okay? Use some of the metaphors that pop up, right? Last night, I re-listened to Ku Ha'aheo. We've heard that song how many times in the last, several years, right? And then I heard 2 metaphors pop up. First metaphor dealt with the a'ali'i, okay? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. I just didn't hear that before. But the metaphor of the a'ali'i is actually really important. So if you look down below, it deals with courage, right? And I highlighted the olelo na leal. Ke a'ali'i, ku makani mayau, ohe makani na e kulai. Okay, so what is that, right? I am the wind resistant ali'i plant. No gust can push me over, right? Can you use the word a'ali'i, the metaphor of a'ali'i, in your next poem? Try it. Okay. Next. Obviously, there's a reference in Kuha'ahel to paddling the canoe together. Okay, so you choose one song and one talk. Okay, and then you write the response poem for that. Okay, Ken? If there is a different song that you want to focus on because that's your song, your anthem, then email me. Okay, send me the link. I'd be interested. You had to drive out to HPA? No. I actually dormed at HPA, and there were a couple rich kids who would steal everybody's clothes. It was weird. Okay, so I think we're good. Okay, that's it. You have one poem to write. Okay, and then you have the Voices of Wisdom. You have a 1-minute video to create. And then you have I Excel. Hand those, randos. Okay. Hey. If you need me to look over your poems, you can send it to me and then we can talk story about them tomorrow or whatever. Okay, but I'm really excited to see what your poems are gonna come out to be. Okay. Find something cool. Anybody need extra credit? Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. Where's the chat? Okay, here it is. Tell me what 21,269 represents. Email it to me. Don't tell me. No. Such a goofball. Keden, I'm leaving you guys early so you can start watching those videos. Don't take a nap. Sophia, don't take a nap. Don't do it. Okay, go listen to some mele. If you want to listen to all the mele and then incorporate all the mele, awesome. Okay, all right, bye.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, so Caleb is doing Leon Paula Sterling. Can I do the Joanne, the one that's above? They're like in the same section.
Yeah. You might have to like look her up a little bit more, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I still? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Write me a poem. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Oh, Elise, are you gonna go?
You can go.
Okay. I'm finishing up the work that is missing, the final, and then you know the connect to your choice word. What were we supposed to do?
Go back to the choice board articles, and then you have to connect one of the articles you chose.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll get that finished.
Okay. You got this. Bye. Please, you good?
I don't like school, but okay, wait. So, what's
You did a really good job presenting. That was good.
Tomorrow? Wait, what?
You did a really good job presenting. I really liked what you said.
Presenting?
Yeah, you know, you shared out today.
Oh, that. Okay, wait. So, what did you want us to do tomorrow? The voice.
Yeah.
Do I have to finish the 1-minute thing tomorrow?
No, but at least read about it or something. It's due before class next week.
Have I Excel too?
Yeah. 20 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay, and one little poem. Got it.
The poem. Again.
Yes,
Again.
We're building.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally excited.
Awesome.
Like
Glad.
you can, yeah. It's like I love poems.
You're good at it. You're really good at it. Okay, I'll see you.
I don't like.
Bye, Lee.